Hey, this is Mel McGee with We Can Code It, and I'm going to walk you through OpenAI's Quickstart. Now, I know you can read a lot of this on your own, and I expect you to do so. However, I do want to help you out where I think a lot of people, especially folks who are new to programming, might have some hiccups because you know what? Let's have some fun, play with this code base, these different models for AI and the like through platform.openai.com. So anyways, I'm at platform.openai.com, openai.com, docs, quick start. And as you see here, and we're going to go ahead and scroll down. I would expect you'd read all this about the different settings and the like, but here we go. Build your application. I'm going to pick up there and I'm going to show you how you might go about doing this because you shouldn't be intimidated. All right. So it gives you a couple different ways to do this quick start. You can either use Node.js, which is, a JavaScript, or you can use Python. We're going to use Node.js because you know what? JavaScript is known by so many people. You can learn it at We Can Code It. Even in our pre-skill classes, you can get a taste of it. So it's something that I would hope you would do. And let's start from here. So the first thing we're going to do before we go any further, and even it starts talking about Node.js, we're going to get a code editor on our machines. I'm assuming you do not even have a code editor here. So if you have a code editor, knock yourself out. You can use that. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and download Visual Studio Code. And you can get that from code.visualstudio.com. I am on a Mac. And FYI, Macs are pretty new to me. We're going to have fun learning how to do this here. I already have this installed, but you can go ahead and install it here. You can, if you have Linux or Windows, you can install those here as well. I want you to grab that, all right? And you're going to install it on your system because it's going to make your life a lot easier. All right, after you've done that, we're going to get Node.js installed. It's right here. It says you can install it from here. So go ahead and click that. You can download either one. Doesn't matter. I'll download this one. And this comes as a package if you're on a Mac. And it's going to look like this. You're going to click continue a couple of times. Read the licenses. And then you're going to select the destination. Don't really need to do this. I've already done this, but you will go ahead and continue the install until Node.js is on your computer. Okie dokie, cool. Back to the quick start. After Node.js is on your computer, you're going to download the code for the quick start, right? This is what this is all about. They've built out some code for us, and we're just going to use that code and look into it and have fun with it, right? So this is Git. If you're not familiar with Git, that's okay. I'm going to walk you through it. You don't need to use it. You can download a zip file instead and then open the files in Visual Studio Code. That's fine, but we're going to go with Git. Now, how do I deal with Git? I'm on a Mac. So I'm going to go to what's called the terminal. If you were in a Windows machine, you could use a command line, CMD. You could type in command prompt. You can probably also use PowerShell. How do I get to terminal? Well, I'm going to open up my Launchpad. So let's see if we can do that here. Right, here's Launchpad, great. And then I'm going to start typing terminal. And there it is. I'm going to click it and voila, there we go, right? Good. Cool. Now on our terminal, I don't want you to be intimidated at all. If this is the first time you've really used anything like this, you might get a prompt for from Apple to agree to Xcode. I'm going to show you what that looks like and how to deal with that. So if you want to bypass that, what you do, if you see anything like, oh, you need to agree to click I agree or anything like that before using Git, if you have any message like that, what you want to do is run this line of code, sudo space xcode build space dash license, okay? And then you hit enter. You'll put your password in here. Cool. And then it's going to say, read all of this. Go ahead and do it. I've read it before. I'm just going to push space a bunch of times. Okay, now it gets down to here, I don't know, 40 times, who knows? And it says, don't keep pressing space and just bypass this. You might whiz right by this otherwise. So you'll type in, if you agree, cancel. If you don't agree, or you can print it, right? I'm going to agree. So I'm going to type the words agree and voila, okay? So that takes care of that. Now I'm going to go ahead and copy this line of code and just go ahead and paste it right here. And what is this doing? This is cloning the repository from GitHub, OpenAI, and it's going to be called OpenAI Quickstart Node.git. Got it? So just put that there and let's hit enter. Oops. Hello. Let's go to the terminal. There we go. And you'll see it's pretty fast. Obviously, this is dependent upon you having an internet connection, and it is cloned into my users, and then my username is Mel, and then the directory is called OpenAI-Quickstart-Node. Cool. Now this is the fun part. We're going to add what's called an API key in a second. But first, we're going to open this hidden file. Okay, you can tell it hidden file because it starts with a period. So in terminal, CD means change directory, space OpenAI-Quickstart, right? And you can hit tab and it should auto-complete it, and then hit enter. Okay, now we're in that directory. If you wanted to take a look at that directory, you can type ls and it will show you what's in there. But it doesn't show you everything. Notice you don't see the .env .example file because it's hidden. That's okay, don't worry about it. We're going to copy the .env .example file over to a new file, a new hidden file called .env. So we're going to type in CP for copy, and here's the source. The source is .env .example, and I'm going to hit put a space there, and then I'm going to, the destination is .env. That's the live environmental variable file, right? I'm doing that, and now we're going to copy our secret API key into this new .env file. So if I wanted to, if you know how to use like VI or something like that, knock yourself out, you could do that. And this is the file, and we could put our key there. I am not going to do that. I'm going to show you the way to do it with a code editor, hence Visual Studio Code. So let's go ahead and open up Visual Studio Code. And let's make some room for it here. All right, and let's go ahead and click this Explorer over here and open folder. And I've been in this. Let's go to the OpenAI Quickstart node. This is, for me, it's under users, my username, and then here you go. And it should be like that for you. I can't find the .env file. Well, it's because it's a hidden file. And I have learned that you can use Command, Shift, and period to look at hidden files on Mac. And here's the .env file. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And here we go, OpenAI key. Don't share this with anyone. Yeah, they're not kidding. Don't share it with anyone. I'm going to share mine with you because I'm going to delete it right after I share it. So let's go ahead and create a new secret key. Here it is. I'm going to copy it, hit OK, and it's saying, don't lose it. You can't get it back. Fine. I'm going to paste it right in there. And then I'm going to go Command S, or if you're on a Windows machine, you can do Control S. That will save it. You can also do the long way, right? And go File, Save, somewhere in here, Save, right? Programmer is, if you're a newbie, start acting like a programmer by using shortcuts like Command S if you can. Cool. And that's all you need to do there. I will delete this later because I'm showing it to you, because you never, ever, ever expose your API key. So anytime you use this API key, only do it on the server side. All right, like in Node, you can put it in a Node file, but don't put it on somewhere like your web browser, right? Don't do it. Okay, now we're going to run the app. It says run the following commands in the project directory to install the dependencies and run the app. Cool. Where do I do this? I go back to the terminal. All right, so I'm here. I'm still in the directory openai.quickstart.node. Good. Now I'm going to type npm node package manager is what that stands for. Install. Okay. Bam. It's doing some fun stuff. Sweet. Added 26 packages, audited some, no vulnerabilities. Lovely. Now I'm going to do npm again for node package manager, run dev. So this is like the dev server. It's going to be, I'm going to be able to open it here. So look at this. So OpenAI Quickstart dev, good. Next dev, good. And says ready, started server on port 3000. And here's the URL to get there. And it also says it here. It says info loaded environment from users mount OpenAI Quickstart node .environment, right? Why? Because it needed our API key. And then it compiled client and server successfully. Beautiful, and tells you what it did. Now we're going to open this in our browser. Just click it here. Look at this, name my pet, and we're going to go for it. Could be anything. Slug. And you see over here, it says wait, and then did the event, wait. Okay, so it's showing what's going on here. And here is the what it's displaying on our web browser user interface. Cool. We can do another one. Let's do test, because test is not an animal. Let's see what it does with it. Oops, didn't like that. Or, oops, it did. Super Testron, Super Testrosa. Okay, so it's not really looking for an animal. Let's do dog. Super Sniffer, cute, right? All right. So good, you did it, hopefully without much ado. I hope that made sense to you. And before we go, I'm going to show you what this last part is. It's saying understand the code. Well, this is a big deal, right? Because soon you'll be able to say like, oh, I'm just going to copy paste code, or have the OpenAI, one of the models here, do code completion for me. But the reality is you have to understand the code if you want to do anything with it, at least for the near future, right? So don't worry, programmers, you still have a job, and hopefully we'll have jobs doing stuff like this. So let's open up generate.js, and it's telling you where the directory is right here. And at the bottom, you'll see the function that generates the prompt that we were using above, right? Generate prompt. And it's doing some fun stuff. It's using JavaScript here. This is an array of animal to uppercase. And then it says lowercasing after that, that's fine. And then it says elsewhere in generate.js, you'll see the code that sends the API request. So this is actually sending it off to the OpenAI project, and it's generating this prompt, and it's going to get a completion to get the results, right? You're sending it, they're sending something back, and the like. So let me show you where to get that. So we're going to go back to Visual Studio Code, and we're going to click Explore. We're going to open this, and it said it's under OpenAI Quickstart, Pages, API. And here's generate.js. So let's take a look. And yeah, cool. Here's where we're sending it, and here's the generate prompt. Okay, so voila. Good deal. So it's generating the prompt there, and that's where it's sending it. And I would suggest if you're interested in learning more, go to wecancodeit.org. We are putting together some upskill courses so we can have fun with these libraries and these models with the OpenAI project. And if you are an Ohio resident, you might be able to get, have your employer might be able to have you go to this for free. just give us send us an email or a message, and we'll help you do that. Again, it's wecancodeit.org. You can find out more information about your next steps here, where you're going to really learn how to utilize the different parts of the OpenAI project, including ChatGPT. Okay, everybody. I hope that helped you out and that you aren't intimidated. It gave you a nice little way to get started here. Thank you.